Hello and welcome to a new Dominion League season. Meet the new season, same as the old season. I am playing in B2 again, and I am starting off against SamE, who was my last opponent of the previous season. So, yeah. We've got no trashing on this board. Draw is mostly monkey. Some draw in the Odysseys. Although with no trashing, Distant Shore isn't necessarily a worse card exactly, but like the draw capability is maybe compromised. Aristocrat can be a little bit of draw. But yeah, it's mostly just monkey. Do have lots of plus buy, Fishmonger, Messenger, Merchant Guild, Pawn, and then I guess Aristocrat. Plus actions from Mountain Village Throne Room and Farm Hands, so plenty of that as well. Yeah, the problem is really going to be seeing enough of your cards. And then so correspondingly, like the monkey situation, right, is like you want to be judicious with your gains. Yeah, SamE opening monkey already. Which does make sense. I'm thinking about, I probably want an old map, and then maybe it is old map monkey. I'm gonna click on an old map. SamE wants to messenger me a monkey. I don't think that is going to make a lot of sense, but if he wants to messenger me another old map, I'd be happy to take that. Could messenger him a monkey depending on what he takes here. I don't super want to give him another monkey is the problem with that, though. Messenger in the deck is not going to be terrible here between like the lack of trashing and the presence of Mountain Village. Being able to get that stuff. Oh, he triggers a shuffle first anyway. Right. Okay. Yeah, so there's definitely some value to Messenger. I don't know, said if I'd like actually giving him the monkey though, so I think I'm just going to get a monkey of my own. Leave it at that. Is this a board where we want to play with Voyage? Quite possibly. The limited deck control, I think, makes that relatively more appealing. Double Delve. Interesting. That was not what I would have expected. We can get... We're going to trigger a shuffle for him that does not have a monkey in it. Maybe he's trying to hit Canal. Double Delve. I think I just want to not get another monkey. I guess if he does buy Canal, I'm not going to get to draw any cards off of that, which is annoying. Okay. No monkey. Merchant Guild, huh? I can certainly see that. Maybe Voyage is too awkward with monkey. I'm not going to rotate. Yeah, maybe I'll follow on the Merchant Guild. We do have the old map to help us decollide terminals. Farmhand setting aside a silver. Okay. So given that we already have 2 monkeys, I would really like to be buying a village here, but I think I'm just going to take another old map. No canal. Maybe trying to do it again. Setting aside copper, though? I guess not. Well, this is a little awkward. Oh, we could farmhands one of these terminals. Does it... Probably we play the Merchant Guild and farmhands the monkey. Just thinking, I don't really want to trigger a shuffle. We can't afford... although we do have another old map down there, but still, we're going to discard another card. Yeah, I think we just do... do that. Okay. We could just farmhands a copper. Try to have a little bit more money for the turn when we have the Merchant Guild in play. Seems reasonable. Probably means we're not actually buying Canal, but I think that's fine. Canal is definitely useful here, but not, like, in the short term, I don't think it's going to be super impactful. Probably just buy it on a turn we don't have plus buy and we have some coffers to spend. Ideally, when SamE has a monkey in play. This is going to be one of those games where in the late game we're going to have to consider just like passing our turn in order to like jockey for position, try to shut our opponent's deck down, that sort of thing. Be awkward that way. This is going to be our other old map on the bottom here. So we have 4 coppers and a farmhands in that shuffle. We do get to draw a card first. We play the old map. So we get 2 cards into the shuffle. Oh, and we have the estate we just discarded. I mean, we could just play like Monkey Merchant Guild, buy another farmhands, and farmhands the old map. Oh, SamE does not have a monkey in play. So it'd be nice to like get multiple things. Yeah, I think I'm gonna trigger the shuffle for that reason. Okay. So another monkey and maybe a throne room be good. I guess that could have been also the turn to buy Canal with him having no monkeys in play but 3 monkeys in his deck. But yeah, I mean, no wait, other way around. Never mind. What am I talking about? I want to buy Canal when he has the monkeys in play. Right. Okay. That. Like, okay, well, I mean, he only has 1 monkey in play, but we don't have plus buy, so I think this is a good turn for Canal. Okay. Not sure whether we want to throne Merchant Guild or Monkey, but either way, I think we're not throning farmhands, because we'd rather throw an old map, as far as that's concerned. It's probably Merchant Guild that we want to throne. I guess we'll farmhands the monkey here. Take another one. We could take a pawn as well. It nets us a coffer. It also draws SamE a card. Yeah, netting a coffer is good. This Disenchant does look pretty bad into monkey. Sunken Treasure looks worse, but I mean, no worse, no more so than any other gainer. But Disenchant, like getting estates in particular, is pretty bad into monkey. It's too bad because I do like Disenchant, although you know my deck does have enough junk as it is. Three monkeys. Maybe we need to throne this old map. Unfortunate, but Yeah, we still didn't find our stuff. Specifically a second monkey. Well, we could messenger old map if we want a messenger in our deck. I wouldn't mind a messenger. Kind of forgot about this. This option has been sitting here for a while now. I mean, they're going to draw a million cards regardless, right? What else do we want? Another throne room, maybe? Yeah, winning the monkey split. It's a nice place to be. Advantage of first player. I mean, I guess I could have just bought double monkey the previous turn to not lose that split, but would have cost me pretty dearly in terms of my next turn. Didn't find the other merchant guild, I guess. Or maybe it's gonna farmhands it. I remain very surprised by those silvers. I guess we can always play throne rooms on monkeys, so I guess we're not necessarily at a draw disadvantage from that perspective. Is there any way we're playing this pawn for anything other than card action? I guess we might. I just really like to find an estate with the old map to discard. That's the thing. We only have the 2 throne rooms. I'd like to throne Monkey Merchant Guild rather than old map. Yeah. All right, now it looks even more likely that unless we want to... I should have just done this in the first place, but... Still didn't find our other monkey. Ugh. All right. We discarded 2 coppers in an estate. That can't be right. Copper, estate, estate. So we do have another copper down there. Copper, monkey, and probably farmhands. Hmm. That may be not something to discard with the messenger. Well, we don't need a throne. I'm realizing with the new duration rules, I'm not 100% sure I know what happens if I do throne, merchant guild, monkey, or monkey, merchant guild, if it matters. I think it'll behave in the way that I would want it to, but since I don't need to anyway, I'm just gonna not. Given that we have the monkey on top, I think we keep. Alright, so SamE double provinced. We could do the same. We have 2 merchant guild plays effectively, so pawns do make us some money. Oh, wait, it doesn't have to be pawn because the provinces are cheaper. We could take another throne room. I am concerned that SamE is going to be able to just, like, end the game. He only has 5 coffers, so maybe not. But yeah, I think we need to get all the coffers that we can. And then the throne room is just like, we need either draw or payload. This is really too bad we didn't find this monkey. Like, I don't know, maybe it won't matter, maybe SamE's just going to win this turn, but if not, we could really use the additional draw that would offer. Also have 3 monkeys in play. Hmm. So actually, he can't even triple. That's good news. Yeah, I guess even if he been able to throne Merchant Guild, he wasn't going to be able to triple. Which I did not realize, but I was expecting him to want to throne the Merchant Guild. I guess if he like basically bottom deck the old map, like if he didn't bottom deck the old map, then there was no reason to throw on the farmhands that I can see. Oh, maybe he just wanted the terminal space? But no, that doesn't make sense, because you'd rather throne the Merchant Guild than play the pawn terminally. I mean, I guess without throning it, he only has 4 actions and he can't play. Well, maybe, I guess you had to thrown one of his non-terminals to be able to play all the monkeys and Merchant Guilds. So I guess throwing the Merchant Guild isn't actually going to do anything. Never mind. Alright. One province, okay. I think I can hit triple. I have more coffers. I don't have the silvers, but I do have the extra throne rooms and the messenger. I mean, I may not draw, but if I do, I think I can hit triple. I'm not sure. I wouldn't need to spend any throne rooms on monkeys, so I can like throne, messenger, merchant guild. Okay, well, he's not exactly holding back on the gains, so... I doubt I could pile even if he lowers piles further. I would need like province estate and then like 6 gains with like a messenger for farmhand's throne room or whatever. That doesn't seem plausible. Triple province. In theory, I could count this out. Maybe I should. 7 coppers and 8 coffers is 15. And we only need to hit to 21. Throne messenger is 4 of that. Yeah, we can totally... Okay, we do have 1 throne room to spare. Can spend 1 of those on an old map, potentially. We really need to make sure we throw in messenger, though. Do we need the pawn? I don't think so. Although we have to find all of our I mean, well, we can do pawn for card coin. Alright, I think we gotta go ahead and throw in the old map. Okay. Well, I forgot we had a throne room in play. Did I screw this up? I hope not. I don't think I did. No. Me too, as it turns out. Yeah, I was thinking I had 3 thrones, but I forgot the one was out with the monkey. I don't think him not taking Fishmonger necessarily saves him. Maybe it does if I don't draw 2 cards. I don't know. I mean, it's certainly possible. Certainly possible. All right. Well, we won as player 2. That's good. T-Mog, investment, broker, trashing, and then there's also governor stuff. Draw is Governor Paddock, archive, plus actions is just broker and lesser until Paddocks come online. Architects Guild with governor is... wow. Okay, so that makes broker a priority. I might otherwise be looking at opening... probably not investment, probably T-Mog, but... broker to be able to gain favors to then be able to do like gain gold with governor, gain another governor sort of thing. Maybe gain archive or paddock. Seems really good. Yeah, there's no plus buy. Am I missing that? No. I mean, there's governor gains, right? But no plus buy. Okay. I'm gonna go broker dungeon. I don't think Anvil does anything super exciting. I guess Anvil is plus actions with Gondola. We'd only really care about that if we want to play with multiple paddocks, and I'm not sure, like, I'm thinking... well, maybe... I still think I want to start with Dungeon, but... maybe there's a role for Anvil here. Okay. We probably do want to get investment for copper trashing. Guess I'll do that now. Oh, this is a colony board. I didn't even register that. I'm not sure how that's going to affect things. Okay, do we want to just take coins and get another dungeon? Probably. We're just like totally mirrored so far. Okay, so We didn't see the dungeon. We probably don't want to draw. Wonder if it's worth just playing the investment without trashing Copper in order to get a governor. It might be. I think I'm going to. We are no longer mirrored. SamE found his dungeon. Which does mean that he will not be capable of hitting 5. Probably pick up a silver at this point. Or a tent. Whoa. We could get an anvil. We're gonna get silver from. Well, SamE doesn't have a governor yet, but. I mean, having the gains to feed the broker with, in addition to like the gondola for plus actions thing, does seem kind of nice. I think I will take an anvil. Okay, do we just gain gold? Or do we draw? If we draw, we potentially find the dungeon and the investment, which is nice. I think I'm gonna draw. Okay. So we could take favors now. Though we don't hit 5 if we do. Probably we take coins. All right, what do we want? We could just take another broker. I mean, really, any 4 cost could be useful. We could take a T-Mog. Like, if we collide it with broker, we're decently likely to just trash it with broker regardless. Could take another investment. Having a T-Mog seems like a nice thing. I mean, I may just broker it regardless, but, you know. Going for the garrison, huh? Okay, well. I guess we draw with governor first. Draw again. Oh, oops. I just sort of Brain farted there. Because we do want to see the anvil. If we're going to take the garrisons... Yeah. Alright. We just not play the broker and play the T-Mog? Or... Yeah, I guess that's what we do. Or, I mean, we could broker a copper. It doesn't really matter. Now do we want to get hill forts? That's an interesting one. I don't think I want to T-Mog anything here, although I guess we have the dungeon. We could and see what we draw into. T-Mogging the investment into a hill fort and then regaining the investment would be an interesting option. Think about garrison. It's going to be hard to use the during turn gains for that. I mean, we can do it with broker for actions. It's just challenging. I mean, we could broker the dungeon for actions, I guess. Don't think I want to call the T-Mog. All right. Yeah, I think we're brokering. No, the problem is like investment for actions is overkill. So was dungeon. Less so. The dungeon also draws us the investment. Yeah, let's just do the investment, I guess. Investment back. And just take a silver. Sure. It doesn't really matter. We're probably going to broker it regardless. Yeah, hill fort for gondola. That's a good one, and I would like to get a hill fort for that, but I didn't really line up for me last turn. Maybe this turn we can find investment and T-Mog into it. Like, I don't want to do it with broker. I guess I could. If we do hill fort for gondola, we will have an extra action to play with, and I guess that's all we really need. I guess I could also T-Mog anvil to gondola. And then I at least don't need to play broker for actions. But well, we'll see what we draw. Look at our options. Maybe I should. Yeah, I should have taken another anvil rather than the silver, because if I was gonna, I mean, maybe I can T-Mog the silver, but I should have taken an anvil so that I could have that option and still have an anvil in the deck. T-Mog dungeon is also an option. Whoa, was not expecting that. So we once again don't see the investment. Well, we could T-Mog into Hillfort and regain the broker. Probably better to T-Mog the dungeon to play the garrison, though. Like with Gondola. So, oh, that even gets a token? Incredible. We already have 6 coins in hand. We could... just like gain a few more golds. We have a gold down there in addition to that investment. It would be really nice to see those. Maybe we should draw them. One thing, we're not going to have a dungeon next turn, and we don't really want them on top. Now that we don't have the T-Mog in play, especially. Yeah. Okay, this investment is actually worth a lot of VP. Broker silver for favors. Maybe. Still plenty of money at that point. We'll just take another investment, I guess. And I don't really want another gold, I don't think. That isn't like coming from a governor play. I'm thinking we take Hillfort Broker. How many tokens do we get? 5? That's pretty good. Hopefully we can just do Hillfort for Gondola again. Or not again, because last time we did T-Mog for Gondola, but... Yeah, I was just thinking it'd be good to get a second T-Mog so we can have at least one per turn. I don't think it'd be necessarily be crazy to start taking provinces with our governor. No. I don't know, maybe it would be crazy. It is a colony board. There's no plus buy. It's tricky. And T-Mog provinces into platinum. And then governor the platinums into colonies. Woo! Might happen. The other thing is we can be brokering golds for draw if we can do, like, get the plus actions for it. I mean, obviously we're drawing reasonably well with Garrison, but more draw wouldn't hurt, and not spending governors on draw. And that makes it more sustainable to do governor, gain golds to gain a 5, you know, with the Architects Guild. Although we also have to broker stuff for favors, of course. This board is complicated. Hmm. It's a lot of favors. Buy platinum. Although I don't know that the pile of favors does that much with that compared to like buying a gold anyway, because do you really want like a gold on top of that? Maybe you do. Unclear to me. All right. So yeah, I was gonna hill fort in Gondola. The garrison. I think we need to play this dungeon. I guess we could broker it for actions and then draw with Governor, but would have liked to find my other broker. Very much have liked that. Okay, well, I guess we're drawing with a Governor again. Probably don't want a gold in our shuffle for that. Ugh. Want the T-Mog on the mat. Oh, oops, I forgot that I was going to gain a 5 with the Governor. I should not have triggered that shuffle. Damn it. Do we want... another hill fort or another Governor? I think I might want another hill fort, actually. And then... there's an interesting thing we could do. We could broker a gold for draw, and then anvil for gondola to gain... or to play hill fort to gain another gondola to play the broker. I'm not entirely sure whether it's in our interest to be like pile driving the gondolas like that or not, but broker the gold for favors at that point. Um. Hmm. It seems like a reasonable thing to do. All right, the investment thing, we're gonna trash this again, right? Well, I guess we're gonna top deck some junk. The gondola got into the discard. Oh well. I mean, we could just play the broker directly. But we get more tokens if we play the hill fort. Also, top decking one junk card with a dungeon in play isn't exactly a bad thing. Um. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I'm a little worried about the gondolas just getting piled, which I think is to our detriment next turn. So I think I'm just going to play the broker. We could buy a colony. And then skip all the way down to Hillfort Broker or something. Could also be Governor. Well, it costs us 4 favors to get a 5 cost and a 4 cost, so I guess we take a platinum as well. But yeah, the question is, do we want Governor or do we want Hillfort? I guess it's still probably Governor. Eight garrison tokens. I guess that's how many SamE got as well. We can get another investment. I guess we can potentially get that off of, or another T-Mog. Both potentially get both of those off of hill forts, but we don't. Then we're not gaining gondolas, so I don't know. We do have a third broker that we can be spending on actions, of course. Actions draw favors is certainly like a potential thing there. T-Mog Silver to Gondola might be also a thing. If we see our garrison and there are gondolas left. Which there may well not be. this board's pretty crazy. Trash silver for actions should be enough for us if we need to go that route with Broker. That lets us play Garrison and 2 more Brokers. Oh, they outdid us. What did they have that we didn't have? Silver, probably? Oh, wait. Oh, the platinum. Right. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to be out of gondolas to play with. So that's nice. Piles are kind of low. I don't think we have enough gains for that to be relevant. With only 1 buy, 2 hill forts, anvil, T-Mog. Well, wait a minute. With Architects Guild, the problem is the low piles are all the same cost. But Governor can gain those cards by gaining gold, which adds several gains if we can get the favors for it. And if SamE lowers the governors, then the pile out can be Governor Gondola. Yeah, we'd have to do like a big broker for favors mid-turn, but then if we can like Governor Gold, Governor Gold, Governor Gold, gain all the governors. We're only down by 1 point. So, like, our buy can be province. Colony, but I mean, province would be enough to gain another governor. Ooh. Yeah, I think we should be able to do this. And we don't need to get the garrison into play, which means we can, like, start cannibalizing stuff. Okay, so draw those cards, get the coins. Dungeon. This stuff. We just T-Mog into another governor, presumably. I mean, I guess we could T-Mog a gondola, but I don't... Is there any way this doesn't work? No. All right, 6 favors to gain the 3 governors, and then we can hill fort for the last. Gondola. Wait. How is this working? This is a 2-pile. I'm an idiot. We can get more favors. All right, hold on. I need to reconsider what I'm doing here. I don't know why I thought there were 3 pile. It was another pile empty. Okay, we need to gondola and then trash for even more favors. And then we need to be gaining brokers. Yeah, I probably just fucked this up and shouldn't have trashed my garrison. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, that's enough to buy what we need, certainly. Okay, so with 15 favors, we gain 3 governors that come with 3 brokers. That costs 4 each. So that costs 12. A duchy costs we have 14 to gain 1 more broker, and then we need 1 more broker, which means we need to find our anvil, which we can do by drawing with 1 more governor. Right? Three governors to gain 3 governors and 3 brokers. Anvil to gain a broker. And then we buy duchy and gain broker. And we have to broker for more favors as our terminal. But that's fine. Like, we get to 18 favors, or actually, whatever. Yeah, okay. This is the wrong thing. Oh, we didn't even need the extra favors. Whatever. Yeah, I was right about the capability, wrong about the details. Fortunately, I managed to stop myself in time before I totally blew it. Wait. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was first player there. Ugh. It's nerve-wracking to make a mistake like that, though, even if in the process of ultimately winning the game. All right, so now we've got Altar is the only trashing. Draws Hunter, Settlers a little bit, Archive, Journeyman, plus actions is only acting troop. Oh, I guess there's also Otter. Boy, we really want a staff here, huh? Opens Craftsman. Craftsman is not very good at getting you to alter. But I guess the question is, like, what do we do to get to alter? What is our ultimate goal here? There's orchards, so we definitely want to get like some archives, some hunters, some settlers, ideally. It's a reason to go for those a little bit more aggressively than we might otherwise. The wine merchant you can stick on the mat, cutthroat you can leave in play. There's pawns. There's like a lot of points there. Oh, there is bustling village for more actions. Okay. Amusingly, so there is Way of the Otter, which we can use to draw with and make Settlers a better card than it would otherwise be. If we just go Settlers, we're guaranteed to be able to get the Orchard points from that. I don't know if that's worth it, but it's not terrible. And there is some synergy with Hunter as well. I'm gonna do it. Well, now I guess Craftsman can interrupt that, so I'll still take the second Settlers. What? BS. Alright, now, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm gonna take another one, whatever. I was hoping to hit 5 off of that. Get Hunter and Archive. The odds that we draw a Settlers here are, like, pretty high. Now they're not so high. I think I'm gonna Otter. Damn it! Ah! Okay. We just have 3 coins down there. Gross. Ugh. Alright, well... Let's do... at least 1 silver. I feel like our odds to hit 5 were not terrible with that opening, like across the 2 shuffles. But we want another silver. Probably. Mm-hmm. 2 estates. 2 settlers and 10 cards. Yeah, we're probably just losing this game. We needed to hit 5 in one of those 2 shuffles at least. And it's not happening. Double down on the settlers. We open up Bustling Village and we get more value out of it, so SamE may not want to open it up. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Alright, we'll definitely hit 5 here. We might hit 6. Yeah, it was really the turn 4 thing where we drew the other settlers. That was such a problem. All right, do we go? I think we go Hunter first because of the Settlers synergy. We could also... Well, never mind. Yeah, he's drawn deck. We're definitely losing this game unless, I don't know, he, I don't know, makes a mistake or something. I don't know, like what exactly will be required, but we are very behind. Getting 4 points from Settlers is not going to offset that. Yeah, I probably just should have opened Settler Silver, especially once he... Was it Craftsman Silver, I think was his opening? I mean, to be fair, okay. Just hitting 6 turn 3, that wasn't called for. Oh, interesting. Huh. I guess I'm going to take 2 bustling villages. He's probably going to get all 3 of the remaining ones, but... What can you do? Yeah. Yeah. Alright. I should have opened Settler Silver. I think that's the main thing there. Like, I do like it better than the Craftsman, but... Okay, we got a donate board. Not seeing an obvious... I guess... So, this board has Corsair, but it also has Wayfarer and Mining Road. So, like... I'm looking at... Like, how do we ramp up after we donate? And I think Wayfarer could do the trick. And to get a Wayfarer, we could Stonemason. How is that actually worded? Gain 2 action cards each costing, but you do it 1 at a time. So yeah, that does work. Stonemason for Patrician Wayfarer. If we did that, would we want to turn 2 donate? And what would we be donating down to? We have 5 coins, or sorry, 5 debt. We'd really want to be able to get a mining road is the thing. So maybe we don't do the turn 2 donate. We try to get to mining road. The Stonemason isn't going to help very much with that, admittedly. We could take like a silver, and then maybe at that point we donate. Yeah, I think. I think we take the silver. I mean, we could just plan to donate again. Or possibly play with Sentinel, especially with Plaza. Hmm. Hmm. If we keep 5 coppers, it's just a lot of copper. If we don't do that, we need a couple turns of gaining silver before we can get to the mining road. Yeah, I think 1 silver in the deck is worthwhile. Ooh. That was a nice draw. Unreasonably so, really. Okay, that was a better draw. Damn. Alright, so if we keep 1 copper, that's enough that we can get a mining road next turn. And we'll have 5 cards in the deck now. Like, we probably should just trash the Stonemason. We can get another one easily enough. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, no, that was, I mean, not just the fact that SamE hit 7 there, but the fact that he found the Wayfarer and got to like play it and get the silver, and now has the extra silver. Like, he can hit 5 this turn, which is insane. Maybe we actually need to get a village first. We don't take a silver. Yeah, it might have been a mistake to keep this copper, actually. Well, okay. So if we take the mining road now, we have... Oh. Stonemason the Wayfarer, huh? I guess that makes more sense when you already have the second silver. Yeah, we might be losing this one too. That turn 3 draw was too strong. You can even get the Wayfarer back. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Okay, so we just take mining road now. The next turn, we're guaranteed to see the mining road. 7. We play the Wayfarer, we have 9 coins. And we can get like Plaza and something. Yeah, I think. Should consider getting a Corsair, honestly. Oh my god. I don't know, maybe it still would have been correct for me to Stonemason the Wayfarer. I guess it probably would have. We could do Stonemason for plazas and then get a Wayfarer, or, well, actually the other way around. Alright, does it make sense for us to discard here? If we gain a silver, 1 silver, it'll go into play, so that's not a consideration. But if we want to Stonemason something and draw it up, that's the concern. Yeah. I mean, we do play another plaza, but most likely what we would be stonemasoning is the Wayfarer, but yeah. If you stonemason, it occurs to me, wait, when he stonemasoned the Wayfarer, gain the mining road and then gain a plaza, presumably could not gain the plaza because then Wayfarer would cost 5. So we can't like regain a Wayfarer if we stonemason it, I don't think. I don't know, it feels greedy to discard. This is annoying though, we didn't find the mining road. I think we don't gain here. Stonemason. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's got to be correct to gain the silver. Could get. We get some Emporiums if we're worried about scoring, but unfortunately we can't do that and get the last Wayfarer, which seems Kind of valuable. Hmm. What do we even do with those other 2 coins? Maybe we're not supposed to take the silver. Just Stonemason for the Emporiums? I don't know. Yeah. SamE probably also gets the other 3 if he wants them. And that won't necessarily put us in a terrible position. I think I'm gonna undo this. Just so I don't have to deal with those in my deck. Yeah, so the reason I'm thinking maybe it would have been fine to go ahead and Stonemason the Wayfarer even without having played it turn 3, like, is because of the fact that we would be able to get the mining road anyway. And then I guess the issue is I don't think we would have been able to buy a Wayfarer like SamE was able to. Right. He was able to buy the Wayfarer because it cost 4 and he had the 2 silvers, but we wouldn't have been able to do the same thing, so then we would have been stuck without having one. Seems bad. Incidentally, it turns out I should have discarded that copper. If I'd found the mining road earlier in the turn, that might have not been true, because I might have wanted to play things a little bit differently. Because I would have been able to, if I'd been able to gain silver off the first Wayfarer. Although, I guess by the time I played the second Plaza, I should have known that I wasn't going to get to do that. So yeah, I probably should have discarded the copper there. Just wasn't sure what I wanted to do exactly. But I would have, if I had done that, I would have been able to take the 2 Emporiums and the last Wayfarer. So I probably should have done that. Although maybe that would have just enabled a pile out. It's a little hard to say. Maybe there will be pile out anyway. I don't think so, but definitely not sure. Huh. Did it matter that he didn't play that first silver? I don't. I guess if he wants to get a gold, it mattered. So if he goes like Stonemason for Emporiums and 3 Emporiums and a Wayfarer, he doesn't quite have the gains to pile. It's close. Be one Stonemason short. So presumably he'll score. I mean, I guess he could just double province. I'm certainly not going to have a much of a shot to win if he does that. Like, I guess 6 more points from Emporiums would mean that all I needed at that point is a duchy. But can I really lower the piles enough? Oh. Huh. Maybe this is better? I don't know. It's interesting. So if I get Emporium Province, I have enough points to win, so then it's just a question of getting there. Alright, so in theory, what we want to do is Stonemason into stuff and then Patrician to draw it. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. Versus just going ahead and playing the Patrician now. I mean, the advantage of not having taken that silver last turn is we don't have too much other stuff in the deck that the Patrician can't draw. I think I'm going to need to play aggressively here anyway, so... Alright. So, what does a win look like? Getting Wayfarer Emporium off of Stonemason. Well, maybe that's not actually possible. Wayfarer Mining Road. Sorry, Emporium Mining Road. I guess I'm gonna just play the other Patrician. Okay. We don't have another plaza yet, which is a problem, because if we want to gain a silver, it's gonna hurt our stonemasoning prospects. I think we have to not gain the silver. So, actually, if we stonemason Wayfarer to Mining Road Emporium, we're gonna lack actions. We might need to go Emporium Plaza. And just hope that we don't draw dead. Do we need this coffer? I'm gonna say we don't take the coffer. Now we take the coffer. probably. So if we stonemason the Emporium into Double Plaza, then we need to buy stonemason for Plaza Wayfarer Province, which costs 6, and 8 is 14. We get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and that's a copper, that's 13. Ooh. Shit. What if we stonemason into stonemasons? Then we need... The problem is there's still 3 stonemasons. We only have 2 buys. And it has to be correct to do that, right? Yeah, so if we'd taken that other coffer and happened to still top deck the plaza, it would have been okay. As it is... As it is... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... Fuck. I don't see another line. I mean... Stonemason Wayfarer doesn't do anything. Stonemason, silver to stonemason. We need to buy... We need to spend both of our buys on Stonemason Wayfarer. If we had one more action, but we don't. Yeah. I think we're just screwed. I mean, we don't need a province specifically. But, like, if we stonemasoned into estates, we don't have the buys to get to empty piles and get a duchy. We can't stonemason into mining road for more buys. We can't stonemason into duchy. We stonemason into stonemasons, and we can't draw the stonemason to gain more stonemasons. If we could do that, that would do the trick. But I'm just trying to see if there's like anything clever to be done here, and I'm not finding it. If we play the Emporium and the Wayfarer, and we have 14 coins, because we didn't trash the Emporium, we can't even double province. We stonemason Emporium to Wayfarer Stonemason. Is there anything there? I don't think so. There's still 4 stonemasons left. We've stonemason. I just don't think there's anything here. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. I guess we can trash the copper and go province duchy and then lose. I don't know. Maybe they'll dud. Maybe I'll dud. It's a lot of gaining silver and not putting it into play with Mining Road. I find that strange. I mean, I know, like, stonemason, silver to stonemason is a thing, but, like, you presumably have enough silver that you don't need to not play any of them. What? Oh, okay, that is enough. That was... yeah. So he definitely outplayed me in the early game, but I think it was close enough. I probably... I don't know, with, you know, slightly better choices or fortunes or both, could have still gotten there. All right. Cemetery and plan is the trashing. Draw is Shepherd, Capital City, Journeyman, Hunter. Lots of draw. Only gains are from Festival. Lots of actions with Capital City Trail and Festival. So you want to do a big triumph thing. Skirmisher attack could be painful if you don't have a bunch of trails, but probably not the most impactful. Swamp Hag, that could be pretty annoying because all the trashing was like a little awkward for dealing with curses. And you want to do a triumph thing, so you want to gain a lot of cards. Opening Shepherd certainly seems reasonable. What do we want to plan on? We are going to want to trash copper. We don't want to trash our estates though. Maybe we don't buy plan. Maybe we just plan to get a cemetery. So then we go Shepherd Silver. Silver's not very exciting, but I guess it is probably the best option. Probably want to get a festival relatively early. I don't know about it's the first 5, though. That should probably be Capital City. SamE does go for the plan. I guess if you have exactly 3 again, probably might as well. That was Hunter first. Yeah, I mean, Hunter definitely makes some sense because of the fact that he'll find the green cards for the Shepherd. But Capital City can kind of do the same thing and is overall more reliable, so I think I prefer that. Plus, it has the trail interaction and the festival interaction. Oh my god. Okay, well, it still feels a little early for festival, even though we had this turn, and it would be nice to have a festival with this hand. I think I'm gonna go for one more Capital City first. That's all 4 of my green cards. Okay. Well, I could get a 5th one. That seems a little aggressive at this point. I do. I would like to leave the Capital City on top, not so much the Shepherd that has no green cards. I think we are going to go ahead and play this Capital City. Okay. I think we don't continue here. I think I will take the festival now. Is there any reason to actually discard for cards here? I don't think there... I mean, to discard for coins here, I don't think there is. Maybe if we had discarded... Would we have been able to get through the... No, that wouldn't have made any difference. Never mind. Okay. So... 7 coins. I'd really like to have like a little bit more than that. We could just take another capital city. We'd also mix in a hunter now. Also take another shepherd. Shepherd plan. Shepherd plan is reasonable. What do we want to plan on? Capital City? Hunter? Say Capital City. Why? Oh, I see. Yeah, that... Okay, that could be a non-obvious decision if you don't have your Shepherd in hand. I was also thinking about... Instead, I was thinking about, do I plan Trail? Like, it is... I don't know. I don't think it really matters too much. It's mostly just like, I want to get more draw, and then like I have these extra coins left over. Stick plan on something. Yeah, we could have a similar thing here where we have to decide whether we want to keep the green or not if we don't see a Shepherd on top. Which we did not. We could also just stop here and buy a 5. Get a Hunter, maybe. Well, this isn't ideal. That's not ideal either. I guess we can crash a copper. Six card Shepherd. The drawn deck. Nah. Wonder if they're gonna take a ghost here with the trail still in hand. Having played as little money as that makes it seem possible. I think a ghost does seem pretty nice. Wait, why not play the trail and draw the ghost? Well, I guess it's not the right order. Yeah. We have another capital city down there. I think I'm gonna Do that. I need to find another green card down there. Okay, but we can do the same thing with this capital city. Would be nice to not have to discard the pasture to do it, but... Oh no, wait. Oh no, wait. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay. I haven't actually gotten a trail. It's just like, it's so slow to gain things here. It'd be nice to have like a workshop or something. Gain the trails and the shepherds. Hopefully this turn we have enough capital cities that we can use to generate some money in conjunction with the shepherds. Nah. This is really not what I need to see. Okay, I guess I'll discard the ghost. We still... Like... I guess there's a chance that we can find another green card and then use that to get some... Oh, okay. Alright, we could get a capital city and trash another copper. Should think about that. Could guarantee that we could get like capital city trail. We could also just get capital city shepherd. I kind of want another festival though. Also wondering about Swamp Hag. I really don't want to ghost a Swamp Hag, I guess is the thing about that. We go Festival Capital City, then we either get 4 coins and we have a Capital City on top that can spend 2 of them to draw, or we get the doubled Capital City. Either of those are fine outcomes. Yeah, I think I'm just going to get that. It might be time to start triumphing now that we have the extra buys in the deck, because like the estates power up the shepherd anyway. Wait, did SamE... Oh, SamE kind of dudded last turn, so that's why I didn't play the Ghost. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and discard on the assumption that we're going to end up being able to draw well this turn ultimately. Oh, oops, I forgot to do that. An idiot. Oh, no! Ah! Wait, when did he say BRB? Damn it. Frig. Wanted to discard the capital city. Oh, I miscounted and I top decked green like an idiot. Well, all right, what are we doing here? I guess we can get a trail to help with that. I do want to buy a Triumph. Do I want to bother to trash a copper? We can get like Shepherd. We get Shepherd Trail Capital City if we draw 3 estates. Yeah, we should have another copper down there. So if we happen to draw, we didn't. I mean, I guess we could get another trail. I really want to get another Shepherd though. Well, we get 2 trails and a Shepherd. I guess that's fine. I mean, I could get the capital city, but like I said, I really do want another Shepherd. I forgot about the Swamp Hag thing. I do think it could hurt pretty badly if you have enough buys. Maybe I should have tried to take one more buy this turn with like another festival. I don't know. There's too many things to get. Not enough payload. Hopefully the trails will help a little bit with that. I assume SamE will also triumph. That's what I guess that's what I should be doing, is rather than like playing Shepherd last, I should be playing Capital City last to discard the cards that I redraw with Shepherd. If I'm in the position to do it. I mean, like, I haven't necessarily been, but... The thing about Triumph here is it doesn't, like, score that many points. So I don't think it's, like, it was worth for me, or it is likely to be worth for SamE double triumphing. It's certainly worth more to do that, but you're passing up pretty valuable gains. Skirmisher. Well, well. Guess I'll need to invest in more trails, potentially. Skirmisher into Swamp Hags could be a thing. Timing wise, I want to, if I'm gonna get a Swamp Hag, I want to do it when I'm not playing the Ghost. Unless I like get a Swamp Hag, get a trail, and then get some other card. I just like, I really would not want to Ghost the Swamp Hag. I mean, it would be like that for that one turn, it would be like scary, taking 2 curses per game, but really don't want the Ghost stuck in play like that. So, like, the point being, I could get a Skirmisher of my own this turn and then get a Swamp Hag next turn when the Ghost is in play and not have to worry about that. And also use it to Skirmisher attack. Oh, okay. That's how it... Oh, god damn it! All right. Is 3 good enough? We had 3 shepherds. It's probably good enough. I guess I'll take the shepherd. Now we should probably do this. Alright, is 3 good enough? I think so. Alright, so this time we're going to draw 8 cards. We should actually count this correctly. I mean, it doesn't matter as much with the Ghost in play, but still. Oh, did I do the thing again? I think I did the thing again. Oh, SamE didn't buy Triumph. Interesting. By do the thing again, I mean fail to do the thing, actually. Which is like discard green at the end of the turn. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is just go trail, play it, skirmisher, triumph. And then we can get a swamp hag here. Alright, so now we gotta deal with this swamp hag nonsense. It's actually not entirely clear to me. Well, we don't want to discard the estate, so I guess if we're getting attacked, we probably do discard the trail. It's nice to have the trail with the capital city because of the money, but having an extra card amounts to not too much difference anyway. Nice. This is most of our green. I think I'm still gonna do this. Not totally sure about that. Okay, well. No, dang it! Ugh! This is ridiculous. I can't. I just can't. Okay, I cannot do this correctly for some reason. Alright, discard these two. Play the trail. Alright, we're not going to discard for coins or cards this time. We have two more trails down here? We had one trail. I'm not expecting the second trail. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, this is gonna make our triumph bigger. Oh, that's so funny. So how do we do this? We I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, this shepherd isn't doing anything. Yeah, there's just no way to make it. We could top deck, I guess, is the one thing that we can do. Try to top deck a trail. No, I didn't mean to do that. Damn it. I didn't mean to react. I meant to play the one in my hand. Fucking whatever. Okay, I still don't think I'm trashing Copper. Am I? Well, if we're gonna get the Swamp Hag. Oh. Yeah. We have so many actions. I wonder if we should get a Journeyman. um... I mean, there's still definitely like a dud risk. Just because of skirmisher attack. But... Let me get... Definitely just be that we should get another capital city. Oh, the other thing I could have done was like discarded and then like got capital city, trashed the trail, and then play it that way. Is mixing in a hunter better? Hunter doesn't draw curses. Journeyman can skip curses. I'm going to take a Journeyman. Well, alright. This is not a great looking turn, admittedly. I mean, it's possible that we won't get attacked. But that may not matter, actually. Oh, I wasn't thinking about the fact that the Triumph itself wouldn't come with a curse, because it's when you gain a card you bought. So that's good. Even though it doesn't mean we didn't get the VP from it. We do have a lot of capital cities. Like, the odds of us having, you know, something useful in our top two cards are, like, pretty reasonable. It would sure be nice if you could get a second Ghost somehow, and then, you know, Ghost something good and have that to help out. He's definitely built a little bit bigger. I don't know if he's built enough bigger that, like, how big of a difference that's going to make. I guess we'll see. I mean, if I dud this turn, then probably will. I mean, it was the Ghost turn, to be fair. He's not going to have to gain curses, but could be about as easy for him to dud. Like, a little bit harder because he's done a little bit more trash and he doesn't have the curses. But he does have an extra silver. He has an extra festival. I guess I do have more green, but I also have more shepherds. I have more capital cities. I don't know. Oh, he managed to discard both trails with hunters, huh? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have even taken the Swamp Hag. Maybe I should have just taken more deck control to try to make sure I drew this turn. It does feel like having the Swamp Hags going could be a good thing. But if I see the Swamp Hag and don't see a capital city or something, I might have regrets. Whoa. Was not expecting that line. Yep, okay. We sure did dud. Found good cards now. I think in this case, I will discard a state if I get attacked. So in the end, we're going to have about as much Triumph VP. Like, the most he could get from this turn is 4. He did go like with only 2 shepherds in the deck, gonna ghost turn, non-ghost turn, and just buy like skirmisher triple triumph. So like, you know, he was definitely at some risk of dudding as well, but no. I think we do name curse, even though we saw 1 curse, just because. I mean, no, maybe it's still copper. We saw 1 copper. God frickin'! I just cannot do this correctly. It's impossible. It is impossible. It's unreal. Ay, ay, ay. I guess we could discard the Swamp Hag on the assumption that we'll draw through. I guess we'll just not here. Oh, jeez. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna discard a capital city. Oh my god, I almost did it again. It's like unbelievable. Maybe I need to do this. Do have another shepherd down here, right? Okay, so we triggered a shuffle, then we discarded one card and then 4 cards. So we could do discard. We draw 6. Yeah, I think we just discard the shepherd. Which does mean we could end up ghosting it, which is not ideal, but there is a fair amount of green down there, so... Alright, we need to get another Swamp Hag, which is a little unfortunate. Actually, I might want to trash a copper here. Specifically with Cemetery. There's a pretty good chance we end up ghosting the Swamp Hag. Is the problem with taking a Swamp Hag. But I think we gotta do it. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, why do I... Wait, what? Yeah, shit. We didn't take the shepherd. We have these 4 green cards here, but we didn't get the shepherd on top. Oh, that's a little bit more than I thought was in my discard pile. That's a problem. Oy. Oy, oy, oy. That was bad. Poorly done. Yeah, I guess the problem is that there's the curses that we gained and the cemetery itself. I'm still thinking, like, even if we hit the Swamp Hag, we have the shepherd and some green cards, we'll be okay. But nope. Yeah, I've definitely not played this very well from a tactical standpoint. Like, I think I like my build well enough, but I think I've just made too many execution mistakes. I guess I could have also just not played the ghost. That was an option. And the problem is we didn't see the curses, so now we have the shepherd and the curses rather than the shepherd and the green cards. That part is pretty unfortunate. Like we certainly could have had it the other way around, even if we weren't going to see the shepherd. I guess we probably... Did we buy nothing this turn, or did we buy a province? I don't know. Like the... Oh! Oh, we got... Wait. Right. Okay, we definitely bought... I confused myself about the order in which this would happen. Okay, so this is the turn when they get hit with a bunch of... Which is actually potentially bad, because they might be able to pile. But there's not anything I can do about that, so... Yeah, so that was doubly bad. If they can just buy like 3 capital cities or 3 hunters, if they don't dud, then they just win. Yeah, I should have just not played the ghost. I mean, like I said, I miscalculated where my deck was, but that was a big mistake. Well, at least they had to discard a festival. It probably doesn't matter because they probably have enough draw to get back to it, but if they don't have 3 buys, then I mean, maybe they already have 3 buys. They do have 3 festivals. They don't need all 3 of them. Yeah. Ugh. Okay, well, now it's almost certainly in hand. Yeah, could have not played the ghost, could have not gained the swamp hag. There's certainly things I could have done there. I could have also gone in for the attacks earlier in the game myself. I was thinking about it, and then I just sort of forgot to do it on one particular turn, and then SamE did it right afterwards, which certainly does not look good. Yeah, just poorly played on my part for the most part. I mean, I still think having a lot of capital cities was good, but yeah, my execution left something to be desired, and that also includes the thing I was talking about with. Wait, why? No. I don't know if I'm on which server we're on. Okay. That includes the thing about like probably not optimizing my capital city coins. I mean, part of it, and maybe this is a reason like to prefer the more hunter focused deck from just an ease of piloting standpoint, is that the it's like knowing when to spend coins to draw cards and when not to is definitely tricky. Where is he? And yeah, there were definitely turns where I would like I'd spend coins to draw and then get to the end of my turn and have like a shepherd and a bunch of cards I could discard but nothing to draw back up with that stuff. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Last one. And we've got Pious Forager. That's pretty good. But also Urchin and Mint and Silos. All right. Only village is Throne Room. So, we've also got shelters. So we can potentially trigger a shuffle next turn with Pious Forager if we want to. Sure, if we do, but do we want to play with Mercenary when we can? I guess okay, but there is also Necropolis for plus actions. Draw from Wild Hunt. We'll want to play with Swap, I'm sure. Like maybe we just, from hand size attack standpoint, we just get an Urchin and call it good enough because we're just not going to be able to feed the Mercenary that easily, and it's also going to be a pain to like get the actions to play it. I mean, gain-wise, I mean, there are buys from Forager, but then you have to trash, so that doesn't really help. Jester kind of can potentially feed the opponent's Mercenary if you're giving them copper, but I guess you could take the copper yourself. There's also Kiln. So there are, I mean, Mint, I guess, if you get one. Devil's Workshop. There are gains. If we buy a Forager here, I think I would like to hang on to the Necropolis, at least in the early going. If we trash a copper here and then trash, we probably don't trash Overgrown Estate. We probably trash Hovel. We'll have 6 coppers in our deck and 2 Foragers. I have a 10-card deck. I think that's just better than getting an Urchin. It is true the Necropolis doesn't do anything for us right now. Doesn't help us hit 5 or anything. Yeah, maybe we do trash it. It'd be better if we could trash, like, Overgrown Estate turn 1. But... Alright, I think getting a Devil's Workshop makes sense. We want to gain, like, Throne Room, Urchin, and eventually Imp. We take Urchin now. Maybe something to be said for silos. Yeah. Wondering if I just take a gold here. I think so. Just to help us hit 5. Yeah, I mean, we definitely could have gotten silos, but I did want to get the Urchin in the shuffle, but also wanted to get the gold, and we're going to be out of copper in not too terribly long. Or SamE is going to go for Mercenary. Alright. So do we want to get Swap? We don't have a Throne Room yet. But yeah, I think Swap. I mean, the fact that we don't have a Throne Room is part of the reason, because we kind of need a... This is annoying. We would admittedly be pretty nice to have silos right here. Like, do we want another gold? Do we just discard the Devil's Workshop? Well, we're not going to hit any useful price point with the Foragers. But then... I mean, I want a Throne Room. But I need to buy something. I guess... If we discard the Devil's Workshop, we can trash 2 coppers and get nothing. Is that better than... Maybe it is. Try to swap one of the Foragers next turn. For what? I'm not exactly sure. Oh, if we get Urchined, we're not necessarily going to be able to. Damn it. I guess worst case scenario, we have like 5 coins and our Devil's Workshop. I guess that's not too bad. But we could end up top decking 2 Foragers again. Okay. Now that SamE has a as a mercenary, an amusing thing we could consider doing is swapping into bishop and bishoping the gold. If we were to draw the Devil's Workshop, I don't think that's correct, but it would be amusing. Because it's like, well, you probably don't want to trash out of your 4-card hand anyway, and we could get the gold back. Golden Devil's Workshop Bishop Golden deck? Question mark. Okay, well this makes it simpler. Okay, so options. We can try to draw into the Devil's Workshop with another swap, or we could just take like a kiln and kiln the gold. I think I'd rather try to get the Devil's Workshop. Okay. Now we take a couple of throne rooms. Oh, never mind. We get an imp. Right, because we played swap. Duh. Okay, well that's fine. That's good. Actively good. I wonder if we discard Urchin. Definitely discard Copper. No, I don't know. I'm not sure that we're going to swap anything this turn, I guess, is the issue. We could swap the swap. Like, I want a kiln to start, like, net gaining things with. I do want to attack. Okay, I'm gonna go with the kiln. We kiln the urchin and then plan to swap that. Like, we could also kiln the gold, but I think getting another urchin that we can swap is better. And now I think we get another swap. And plan to swap into Wild Hunt as opposed to buying one. I wonder if we'll ever get to trash that copper. I hope so. We've got an extra urchin that we can swap out of. I would ideally like to, like, play the forager on that copper rather than swapping it, but swapping it is a possibility. We could also gain a forager back at some point and trash the copper without actually playing it. Pious. We do have 2 imps, so that will help a little bit with our draw situation as well. Oh, we're not getting mercenaried. Okay, that's good. All right, I think we need to go. Maybe Forager to Throne Room. If we throw an Imp to play Kiln, and then we play Imp again, then the Kiln doesn't gain anything. So that doesn't work. We Imp the Throne Room, we can gain another Throne Room with the Kiln. No, wait. Not unless we find the other Throne Room. Which we might do. We probably will, so that's fine. Alright, so yeah, we do Throne... Throne... Kiln... Oh, that gains us another Kiln? That's fine. Oh, it gains us both. Okay. I understand how this works. Alright, swap Urchin to... What? Ideally, it would be like swap it to Forager and trash that copper, but we don't have the copper in our hand. We could just take a Wild Hunt. We could just take another swap. I'm gonna say Wild Hunt. Alright, we have another Throne Room down there. I don't know that we actually want this many Kilns in our deck, like, in general. So I think it makes sense to swap out of the Kiln. But for what? We still don't have a Forager. We don't really want to Throne the Forager, do we? I mean, I guess we could trash the gold. I guess we could. Or we could get a Bishop. You know what? Why not? We can Throne it. SamE does not even want to trash a card. Bang. Bishop value. Alright. I think we need to have swaps to make sure that we have the right cards to line up. I mean, Throne Rooms are good too. Ay. This board's gonna break my brain. It's not necessarily that's like the most high-powered thing, but it is definitely some degree of insanity. We'll definitely discard Devil's Workshop when we get attacked. Do we... What else do we discard? I guess probably Urchin. And then, like, Throne the Imp. This is assuming SamE plays the Mercenary, which is not a given, I guess, but... Oh. Or he could just not attack at all. Okay. Yeah, Throne, Imp... to play... I mean, we're gonna play an Urchin. We'll just do that. And then swap out of this Bishop. Probably for another throne room. We do the throne kiln thing again. And then swap. We don't actually need all these imps. Turn an imp into a throne room. This time I don't know that I want to... I mean, the other thing we could do is we could play like Wild Hunt for points, and then like we could swap 2 imps. That seems like a little risky, but maybe we just swap a swap. Okay, what I want to do is take the Wild Hunt points and then trash them with trash the estate with Forager. Wait, do we have another Forager down there? No, we swapped out of it last turn. And there's one in the trash. That's right, okay. So... Roam the Wild Hunt for cards. Points. And then... We can do the throne kiln thing again. I'm a little afraid of what that's going to result in our deck looking like, but... Maybe it's fine. We end up top decking either a kiln or a throne room if we do that, and then we play the imp to draw the estate. Which, that I don't... I would not want to end up with a kiln on top of my deck. So I think... Maybe we just trash a kiln. I don't know. Or trash a... Like, we play kiln... Well, we can... No, we get to... Yeah, no, never mind. We can... This is fine. Because we get to do this. We'll just trash the kiln. Oh, I don't get to trash the estate. Dang it. Alright. I'll take the last throne room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot of throne rooms. Maybe we don't need to take the last throne room. Do you know this is a colony board? I sure might have not. Let me take swap. We have 7 throne rooms. Swap Wild Hunt. And another imp. And just try to like have it where we can line up like throne, Wild Hunt if we need to, or throne, imp or whatever. But we have so many throne rooms that more important to add the other stuff so we don't have 5 throne rooms in our hand or whatever. I think we're looking good here. The bishop play means we have a points lead. We got thinner, faster. SamE still isn't fully thin. We have more throne rooms. We have more imps. I think. I'm not actually sure about that part. I think we must have more imps, but maybe not that many more. 1. Yeah, we might only just have 3 imps, and he has 2. I guess Wild Hunt is also a reason we have a points lead. Yeah. Alright, if we get... It seems unlikely we're getting mercenary attacked. If we do... I think... we keep the Wild Hunt. Like, Throne Wild Hunt, I mean. If we get Urchin, we're still discarding a Wild Hunt, but we're keeping the Imp. Yeah, and... So we discard Wild Hunt first and then Imp. I don't know, maybe there's like a big brain play where you like actually keep all these kilns in your deck, but with like no duration draw, hand size attacks, no normal villages and all that stuff, I'm like really scared to to just throw an excess number of kilns into my deck and wind up with a hand that's just like a bunch of throne rooms and kilns and nothing else. I mean, if we take in more kilns, we might have like a reasonable shot at a pile out this turn. Maybe we do anyway, somehow. It's really hard to tell. Like if what on our final turn, we can certainly just do the like the throne and kiln stuff and like accumulate those cards without having to worry. Although the fact that the throne rooms are so low means that doesn't actually help us pile out that much unless we swap out of the throne rooms first, so that then we can kill them back. Which, you know, maybe we will get to do that. I don't know. Ah, mercenary is coming in. All right. Yeah, it might be within the realm of possibility. All right. Do we... How do we do this? We play Throne Room again to play Imp. That seems clear. To play Swap. Swap a Throne Room. To another Kiln, probably. And then Imp plays Urchin, probably. And then we throne Kiln. And then we need to swap out of the throne room to get to do that again. Do we just throne the swap now? Or do we throne a throne first? Does it matter? Throne room again, throne room again, throne room again. I think it... Well, it doesn't matter too much. Let's take another swap, I guess. Okay, now that we know we have this, I'm gonna take a Wild Hunt and then play that for cards. You do Imp playing Forager, trash the estate, and just like have the extra cards. And then swap Wild Hunt to Kiln. I'm not totally sure. Or maybe it should be... We want to do Throne. Maybe it should be Imp. To... The problem is we only have 2 buys. We kind of need another swap. If we do Throne, Kiln, we gain a Throne and a Kiln. I don't know, we may just not have enough gains here. But we can swap out of the kilns if we want to. Throne, Kiln. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. In theory, if we throw in 3 kilns, that's 6 gains, and then we buy. But is it actually like we just gain the kilns with the kilns? We Throne, and we play Kiln, then we resolve a Throne that gains that, and then we just play more kilns. I think that works. Yeah. Oh, and we get a swap too. That's useful. Yeah, like I said, that's a brain breaker. The Throne Kiln effects in general are. I mean, at least it wasn't King's Court. I think this might have actually been the exact same match progression I had against SamE last time too. Maybe it was 1 win for me and then 3 for him and then 2 for me. That might have been the case, but it might have been. I know that I won the first one, and I know that I won the last one. So, and I don't. Yeah, it's something like that anyway. Yeah. So I know I played pretty poorly in the one game, and the game where I opened double Settlers, like that was probably just being too greedy relative to opening Settlers Silver. I still think Settlers Silver would have been a good opening. Like I like it better than Craftsman. But yeah, double Settlers was too greedy. I mean, it could have worked out, and if it had worked out, it would have been nice. But yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess I'm trying to remember. I think was it that I think maybe I saw this one of the Settlers turn 3, and I ottered it. And then hit 4s or 3 or 4, and then I got another Settlers, and then I like turned 4. So like I never had the opportunity to draw copper with them or something was part of the problem. But yeah, but regardless, it wasn't a good opening. So that's 2 games that I just kind of like lost because I did bad stuff. Even though maybe of course, you never know. I might have lost him anyway, but which isn't great. But I guess what is good is coming away with 3 wins despite that. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, I have no idea when my next match will be, but there's lots of time. So until then.